Direct from Austin, coast to coast, and in your face. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
That's the whole point of what we're doing, okay, is to get people to look at those 20 points in the 20 questions of the president. And it was all Charlie's idea. Every bit of it was done exactly the way he wanted, and it was a genius idea, even a brilliant idea. Even people criticizing him and don't agree with 9/11 Truth are saying it was very well written. So it's very exciting. Let's go to Richard Gage. Richard, appreciate you coming on. First off, the Charlie Sheen situation, what's your take on it?
Yeah. Well, we need people in the entertainment world and Hollywood talking about 9/11 Truth. And Charlie began this, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Three and a half, yeah.
3.5. He took so much heat for this that he had to back off until there was more support at a grassroots level. And we've got that now. And we've got 830 architects and engineers backing him up, saying, yes, these buildings came down by explosive controlled demolition. So with all of this support, and others, of course, across the 9/11 Truth movement supporting him, he can come out and make a splash now. And maybe it's time, Alex, and you've really supported him and given him a vehicle for this expression of coming out of the closet again and building truth. This is what has to happen. And it has to happen with Willie Nelson and Jesse Ventura and others who have kind of squeaked a little bit here and there. But now it's time, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, my friend. So much is going on. So much is happening right now. Let's get into... There's several new hit pieces for Discovery Channel and History Channel and A&E that are being made. PBS is making another hit piece. The British have made 6 in the last year and a half that I know of. Just absolutely ridiculous. All of that is going on and happening. And then at the same time, we have this latest big budget. And I was reading it was funded by Dubai, or foreign country, with this really shoddy hour-long special that spends a half of it on our psychology. And they played all sorts of little tricks with the camera, all sorts of things they did. The way they always made it your opinion. We talked Sunday, but I want you to recap and expand on that. How you gave them all the evidence, all the facts, and they would never allow that to be shown in the show. I mean, really outrageous, but I think it's backfiring on them. And it was made by a famous production house that specializes just in hit pieces and, quote, debunking conspiracy theorists. I mean, they do piece after piece. Creative Differences, who I've refused to be interviewed by in a JFK piece and 9/11. So break it down for us as an architect, as an engineer who's built major structures, who has 800 architects and engineers and thousands of other students who are becoming engineers and architects on your team, but 800 plus. And break it down as the founder of Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth.
Well, we've been speaking all across the country now for three years. We've had over 110 presentations to thousands and thousands of people. We've toured Europe with 9 cities in Europe, and next month we're going to Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, or November. And the key senator, Senator Yukihisa Fujita, whose party just won. Took over their government, basically. It was a minority party. This party is transforming Japan right now. It's kind of like the revolution we had, not revolution, the change we had from the Democrats to the Republicans. Republicans and Democrats. So he's bringing us to Tokyo and Kyoto. He'll introduce us. I mean, this is a huge opportunity for the 9/11 Truth movement, because he himself has been traveling around the world talking about 9/11 Truth. And so we're very excited to speak in 14 different cities altogether in Japan, Australia, and
let me just throw a caveat in. As of a year ago, when he first went public, and we interviewed him here as well, and he's since traveled to New York and other major cities of the world, he was the number 3 person in his party in the Diet. Now his party, after decades and decades out of power, is now in power. And as you said, the president of his party is now the president of the country. So we need to go look at the power structure. But I believe he's number 2 now in the Japanese government, is a 9/11 truther who shows clips and clips of your films and clips of Professor Stephen Jones repeatedly in the Diet, in their Congress. I mean, this is all over Japanese TV. They came and interviewed me many times. But, I mean, this is incredible.
I'm excited about it, too. And we get to go there and be right in the middle of it and learn a whole lot more about it. In fact, they're booking the Diet itself, the governmental body, the building. We're going to be speaking there. That's the plan at this point. Not to their government, but having the public come to that place.
Unbelievable. So that'd be like having a huge 9/11 truth investigation in the House or in the Senate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pretty exciting. So we'll try to put something very special together for that. Last night, I had the opportunity to speak to a packed house of 200 at the Commonwealth Club of California. We webcast this live. We had 435 people listening live also from home on their computers, and I had 40 minutes to present all of the evidence, which, by the way, I had very carefully laid out before Robert Erickson of Creative Differences, who was the producer for this National Geographic entertainment piece, we call it, that many people have had the opportunity to see. And we'll be talking about how they go about distorting what we have to say. But it's very important that people understand that I spent an hour with him highlighting the evidence of the free-fall acceleration of World Trade Center 7, in the pools of molten iron that are found underneath it and the Twin Towers. And all of this evidence, massive expulsion of perimeter wall sections, 600 feet at 70 miles an hour, instant acceleration out of the side of the Twin Towers. No floors found at the bottom of the Twin Towers. Pulverized concrete, 90,000 tons of it.
Richard, we got a break here in about 15 seconds. Stay there. We're going to come back because you talked about this Sunday, but a lot of people didn't hear it, about this guy being a big liar. So directly from Richard Gage, you're going to hear what happened when we get back after this quick break. Stay with us.
This is Alex Jones. Have you heard of the Millionaire Patriot? Well, you should. He has a free handgun and 5 days of firearms training waiting for you. That's right. You can attend 5 days of world-class gun training at Front Sight Firearms Training Institute and secure a 30-state concealed weapons permit, all for pennies on the dollar. Plus, if you act fast, the Millionaire Patriot will give you a free Springfield Armory XD pistol in the caliber of your choice. I believe now is the time that you and your family need to be armed and trained to levels that exceed law enforcement and military standards. Front Sight provides such training without any boot camp mentality or drill instructor attitudes. This is real. Don't miss out. Secure a Front Sight defensive handgun course, plus a 30-state concealed weapons permit for pennies on the dollar, and get your free handgun. Go to frontsight.com today. That's FRONTSIGHT.com. Go to frontsight.com for your training and free gun.
Look at all these articles for people watching at prisonplanet.tv. LA Times, Fox News, Reuters, Houston Chronicle. Breaking, Charlie Sheen demands Obama meeting on 911 cover-up. Again, if he just came out for 9/11 Truth again, there wouldn't be as much attention. But if he comes out and wants to talk to Obama, it ignites massive debate. And that was his idea, and it's much bigger than the last time he went public. 24 hours into this, it is just exploding. Very, very exciting. Going back to Richard Gage, because I have this article here, Richard. I want to get back into the science, and this guy promising you he'd put your science and your evidence in the film, and then even showing you a rough cut that did have it, and saying that was the cut. But have you seen where the federal government is going to indoctrinate kids on 9/11 and how the police state and Patriot Act are good as part of 9/11 federally funded courses in the public schools?
No, I'm not aware of that, Alex.
Yeah, we're going to cover that later. Well, continue. So recap. creative differences. The production company that did the piece for National Geographic TV, the hit piece, they said it wasn't a hit piece, was going to be fair. They promised they'd show your science. Continue.
Well, yeah, they brought us down for the first interview, and I just mentioned before the break that we carefully laid out all of this information for them, and they're asking very intelligent questions, and they're nodding, and he was aware that we were telling the truth, and he was very impressed by it. I have to tell you that. This guy knows what's going on. This is not some kind of unconscious skepticism or something. We go 4 months later. We're invited back because he wants to show us the rough cut because he has had criticism in the past where he felt he said people have thought that their interviews were taken out of context and so forth.